Straight over to table 2 to find out. Stuart Bingham against Shaun Murphy. Bingham 6-5 in front. All to play for.
99. $36. 37.
Great red there from Stuart to keep possession.
This has been a match full of big breaks. Stuart Bingham with the tournament best 1-4-1. But since the resumption, we've seen 69 from Murphy to lead 5-4. Bingham hitting back with 78 to level, and now back in front with a chance to make that advantage 2 frames for the first time. There's never been more than a frame between them. It's been punch and counter punch right from the get-go. Murphy's won 6 of the previous 9 meetings, but of course Stuart Bingham denied Murphy a second world title with that wonderful victory at the Crucible last year.
Yeah, remember that session when Shaun led 8-4? That was a time to push on for him, wasn't it? But Stuart came back really strong.
And then Murphy came back in the final session from 15-12 down to level at 15 all, and at that stage I think most people felt he'd go on to win, but Bingham regrouped,
45.
played 3 great frames for the most wonderful moment of his career, something that can never be taken away from him, whatever he achieves from here on in. He's a world champion. He's got his name etched on that most famous of snooker trophies.
Yes, it elevated his status as a person and as a player. He's a tough match player now.
52.
All that self-belief is there. He wants more of the same.
Somewhat predictably, he struggled a bit in the season that followed his World Championship triumph. That's happened to the best of them down the years as you absorb the magnitude of your achievement. But he's been very consistent so far this season. Mentioned his 3 semi-final appearances, and he's been a bit unlucky to lose a couple of those. He's had players
53.
play outstandingly well against him. Liang at the English Open, Selby at the Shanghai Masters.
Of course, you're only world champion for guaranteed world champion for 12 months, so commercially you have to try and make the most of it. We saw that with Mark Selby, didn't we, as well? You know, the year after well, of course, he's won his second now. He's playing better. The pressure is off, shall we say? This guy's back playing well, though.
59.
Well, these two are bringing the best out of each other in this match so far. It's flown along, but it looks like Bingham is going to take a very handy 7-5 advantage into the interval.
Yes, beat Liang Wenbo, the recent English Open champion. He beat him pretty comfortably actually in the first round, 6-2, and then just got through against Michael Holt, 6-5. Could have gone either way, that one. And as we know, any sport, professional sport, it's about the door of opportunity. You know, if it's opened, try and walk through it, otherwise it gets slammed in your face. So this is frame ball. Well, it looks like he's going to be 2 up going into the interval.
74.
2 snookers required for Murphy if this red goes in, and this frame is definitely over.
75.
He's queuing very well. He's won 3 on the bounce here from 5-4 adrift. And would probably rather stay out there now than have the interval. He's on a roll.
Ball Run Bingham. That's his nickname. Once he gets on one, I'll go back to the Premier League a couple of years ago, Phil, when he played Mark Selby and Neil Robertson in the same evening, beat them both 6-0. Never missed a ball. Incredible.
83.
Well, Shaun will have to regroup, of course, at that interval. Very capable of winning this match from here. But now the other table has gone.
88.
That match has finished. There's no distractions for these
89.
two boys. They can concentrate on things ahead. But at the moment, Stuart Bingham has the upper hand.
And closing in on his 3rd century of the match. 141 and 104 in the first session. Now a member of the 300 club, Bingham. Oh, what a shame. Well, no 3rd century, but he'll make do with 96 because it gives him a commanding advantage in this 2nd semi-final. Shaun Murphy has got plenty to do when they resume in 15 minutes' time. He's 7-5 adrift. Stuart Bingham needs just 2 more frames to go through to his first final of the season. It's been a terrific match, full of great snooker from both players, and there's plenty more still to come from them after the break. So now we're live. This is the final instalment of this really gripping semi-final. The standard has been sky high throughout, and Shaun Murphy has work to do. Bingham needs just 2 more frames, Murphy needs 4. Shaun Murphy, who came so close to defeating Judd Trump in one of the matches of the tournament. The International Championship 6-5 on the final black. Murphy was denied by Judd Trump. So he'd love to make his first final of the season. Made the semis at the Indian Open as well, right at the start of the new campaign. And he's played very well today, but Bingham has played just as well. Bingham looking for his first final as well. He did make the final of the 6 Reds Championship, where he lost on the final black to Ding Junhui. But this would be his first conventional major final of the 2016-17 season, having come so close a couple of times in semis so far. Good safety, good weight on the cue ball. Oh, that's a very handy kiss. Snookering Bingham on the red on the left-hand side of the table, which I reckon he'd have taken on had he seen it. Black available. Referee is Peggy Lee, just making sure that the crowd are settled. Just a reminder, there's £50,000 on this result alone. The winner guaranteed £100,000 for making the final. The loser takes £50,000. And of course, whoever wins the final will pocket a massive £200,000. Stuart Bingham missing the tricky red to left centre, but it doesn't look as though he's done any damage. Played it in such a way that that was the only red he could leave if he missed it. Bit shorter pace from Murphy. Needs to find that baulk cushion now. Not much wiggle room at 7-5 adrift in the best of 17. Again, good strength. Excellent safety from Bingham. Too thick from Murphy. Just the safety though.
Good safety from Stuart there. I'm sure I might be forced to take this on. No, just going to put the white on the top cushion. It's fair enough. Well, obviously Shaun really needs to put this one on the board. 8-5 behind, that's hard work from there. 7-6, it's game on. Good match this between these two. It's of high quality in the first session. Shaun had breaks of 94, 87, 86, 78. Stuart had 141, 104, 83. And counting into this session. Even at 7-5, it's difficult to pick a winner. But if it goes 8-5, then of course you've got to fancy Stuart. Unbelievable. Could do with a knuckle here. What a pot that is. Well, the red is just knocked in there to get in. Those are the sort of shots really that deserve to win frames, and they can get amongst them now.
7.
Tremendous opening red.
Eight. 13.
Just looking at some career stats with these two as regards money's won at the table. Well, Stuart Bingham already guaranteed 50,000 here, just gone through the 2 million barrier.
14.
And if Shaun puts himself into tomorrow's final, he will go through the £3 million barrier.
$21. 22.
A view from the rafters.
29.
Well, this is a big frame for Murphy. 8-5 down. Not impossible, but a very tall order against a player of Bingham's calibre to win 4 on the bounce.
30.
But that brilliant opening red has given him a chance to close to within 1.
Well, I hope the director's button's not stuck.
37.
Feel about a vertigo coming on.
Yeah.
38. 45. 46.
Back on terra firma. Still looking good for Shaun Murphy here in his bid to close to within a single frame.
53. 54.
'Just thinking about that opening red to the right corner, Phil, to get in. It was a tremendous spot, wasn't it, from distance, and landed on the pink to the middle, and
61.
well, amongst them now.
I always think Murphy is at his very best when he's on the attack.
62.
There was obviously some risk involved in that pot that he took on, but that's his strength, going for it.
Yeah.
He's great from long range and just as good from short range as he's proving here. Almost at the winning line in this frame now, just needs this red.
69. 70.
Well, what a match this has been. It's been absolutely
77.
superb snooker right from the start. Both players trying to knock 7 bells out of one another.
78.
Bringing the best out of one another.
Well, I think they've used 6 already. Little cannon on the pink would be nice. I mind he doesn't have to do that, actually. Just stun it for the open red.
We've mentioned the 2 centuries Bingham made in the opening session, but Murphy, as Bingham watches on,
85.
was no slouch himself. 94, 87, 86 and 78. Made a 69 to move
86.
5-4 up before losing the next 3, but this is some response. There's a real glint in his eye. Steely determination to get back into this.
Well, I said at the time, Phil, didn't I? The red that he knocked in, the initial red, the first opening red to this right corner was unbelievable, and pots like that deserve to win frames, and that's exactly what's happened.
94.
Well, this now for Shaun's career century, 392. Well, in the first session he had a high break of 94. This is great stuff from these two. This could go all the way.
102.
Nothing Stuart Bingham can do about this. Just doff his cap and say, yeah, too good on this occasion. I'll regroup for the next one.
109. 110.
There's a 144 on here, Phil. Just looking at you and thinking, yeah, we've just done the calculations. There's 144 on here. Now, earlier today, Stuart Bingham made a 141 to eclipse Mark Allen's 140. £10,000 might be available here on these last 5 colours. A 144.
What a magnificent positional shot to the yellow. What a break this has been.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's been loads flying in today, isn't there? All over the place.
None better than this one. And it could yet be the best of the tournament.
126.
Shaun Murphy will be aware that he's in line for the £10,000 bonus.
131.
Just gone a touch far there, though, but I think he's okay. Just to drop it in, come off the side cushion. Or come across, actually. That's fair enough. Well, this has been absolutely magnificent. And this final black could be worth £10,000 to him, as we mentioned.
And launched by one of the shots of the tournament. That brilliant red from long range. What a break. And listen to the reception from this big crowd here in Guangzhou. That was special from Murphy. Magic. What a feast of snooker this big crowd here in Guangzhou are being treated to by 2 former world champions. Shaun Murphy won the title 11 years ago. Stuart Bingham, 2015 world champ. Bingham still leading, but what a break that was. The tournament high of 143 from Murphy, quite outstanding. And this match is still right in the balance. 144, I should say. That's going to take a bit of beating.
Yep, unless we go to a 147, which would be nice. Well, anything, of course, 145, but a 147 would be fantastic. Magnificent break. Never in trouble. All started with that great long red into the right corner. A chance of another one here, into the left. He'll be disappointed that he's not that in. A chance for Stuart, either to the corner or to the middle. And as we know at this level, Phil, the thing you need to do when your opponent's just not going to break like that is come back with much of the same.
And that's exactly what this pair have been doing all day long.
One.
Beautifully controlled cannon there from Bingham. Early chance for him to hit straight back. He needs 2, Murphy needs 3.
And as I mentioned before, the other table is finished and no distractions now for these 2 boys. They can concentrate really hard and bring the best out of each other. Has he ever done that? Ooh.
We've seen a few of those hang on the lip of the pocket this week. Corner pockets have been playing in a very strict kind of fashion. Absolutely no margin for error.
Eight. 9. 10.
Just had the angle to nudge that red away from the black spot a little. Helps things. More room to
16.
manoeuvre around the black spot, especially once he's potted this one.
17.
Nice little cannon there on the black. Well controlled.
We're up in the clouds again for the time being.
24.
I'm not good with heights either, Phil.
25.
When I got to number 6 in the world, I had a nosebleed.
I must have heard you.
Well, this is exactly what you need to do, just hit straight back.
32. 33.
It's one chance snooker at the moment.
And this is all blacks so far.
Well, Murphy's just pinched the highest break prize off Bingham with the 144 clearance. How sweet it would be for Bingham to return the favour with a maximum.
Exactly. He's going to say, I'm not having any of that. How dare you?
He's made 3 before. Murphy's made 4.
The priority here, of course, is to win the frame. If the maximum presents itself, then so be it. But put the frame on the board, put himself 1 frame away from victory. Let's not forget that the final was over 19 frames tomorrow. They could make a maximum in there.
41.
9 frames in the opening session, a possible 10 in the deciding session on Saturday.
Got one in the middle of the bunch here. But nice if we can just run off another red here, just flick them over.
48.
Looks fairly straight though. He was able to do that.
49.
Well, little cannon on the right hand red, and again it's still all blacks. Well, this would be unbelievable. A 144 followed by a 147.
He's already made 2 centuries today, Bingham. Very nearly made a 3rd. And going 7-5 up. Well, applause, but that's not ideal.
No, he's just clipped one red away from the other. I'm surprised he went that way. I thought he might have played onto the right hand red, but that cue ball has just found its way near that side cushion. Great pot.
Shorter pace.
Yeah.
And the frame far from 1 yet. It was a good red from Bingham. It looks like any thoughts of the maximum are done and dusted, but of course the priority, as Mike has mentioned, is getting over the winning line, which he's yet to do.
Yeah. Yeah, put yourself into tomorrow's final, guarantee yourself £100,000. He's got an angle here from the pink to get into the pack. Yeah. Well, good cannon. Does this red go though? I'm not sure. And he's not over the line yet.
75 on the table.
72.
Does this red? Ooh, that's tight. I don't think that will go. You know, that's going to go onto the near knuckle. That could be end of break. You might have to play a safety shot. Well, that's Hawkeye's view. And for us, well, for me, I don't think that goes. And well, the safety shot really is the one off the side cushion. He doesn't want to move that. It's incredible how many times we see that, Phil, don't we, where the player runs out of position on frame ball.
Yeah, it's happened quite a few times in the last couple of weeks, both at the International Championship in Daqing and here in Guangzhou.
Now, what's Stuart thinking here? Yep, safety. He was able to get back to balk off another red, and like I said, he didn't want to touch the one on the cushion. Good visit, but he's not quite there yet.
Terrific break of 71, a great response to the 144 from Murphy. So Shaun Murphy, a frame adrift, but in danger of falling 2 down with 3 to play. But there are 75 points still on the table. He's gone for that red, you know. All out attack from Murphy on this occasion. It didn't work for him, although he's left nothing easy. Bingham only needs the 1 red.
Well, he's going to play a safety here, I think, just swing the cue ball around the table. There's a possibility that he might get him behind the pink. Wow, he calculated that in off the black. Well, just look where the white was going to finish anyway. He had a look at that before he played it. Wow, that was great bonus. Frame ball, and he's got Murphy in trouble.
Well, Murphy needs snookers. In fact, he needs 3, and he is in a snooker, and a very difficult one as well. So, case is looking pretty much lost here.
It's not a bad result, actually. If it had gone in, it was on the black.
Well, apologies, he only needs 2 snookers, but still a tall order from here.
Shaun has a chance to take this red off the cushion then. The red near the black is on. Just float this one in. If this goes in, the frame is over. It's 8-6. Well played. Great match between these two. It really is. It's a punch and counter punch.
Well, Shaun Murphy was on the wrong end of the result against Judd Trump in that black ball finish at the International Championship. Must have been a desperately frustrating match to lose, having played so well. There's some danger it could happen again here. He's played some terrific stuff, but he's got a lot to do now. He's got to win the last 3 against a guy bang in form. That red is surely academic, and sure enough, Shaun Murphy remains in his chair. Stuart Bingham then, with the break of 71, puts him within a frame of the final. Stuart Bingham thoughtfully chalking his cue and hoping that the next frame will be the last of this match. He leads 8-6. Shaun Murphy has a lot to do now. He's got to win the remaining 3. He's more than capable of that. And he's playing well enough to do it, but his problem is that Stuart Bingham is playing every bit as well. It's been an absolutely terrific battle, this, with John Higgins awaiting the winner in Saturday's final after his comfortable win out over and out of sorts. Mark Allen 9 frames to 3. Didn't want the kiss on the yellow.
That's on. Depends where the white finishes.
1.
Oh, not good. Oh, hang on. It's got the yellow. A little bit thinner than he would have liked, but he can pot it and get onto a red.
Yeah, it's a tough pot. Harder than it looks from the square on angle.
Yeah, and you know he's in good position in this match, Phil, isn't he? He just want to allow an easy in for Shaun. He might still take this on though. There you go.
Cued it very well.
Yeah, he's on the back red, but he needs another one here.
Yeah, that's tough, isn't it? Very straight on this red and close to the side cushion. This is a test of your technique.
Yeah, he's cueing that well though. Fancying for it. Well, there you go. Hold the back page.
If that cue ball had been another inch or two off the cushion, I'm sure Bingham would have stroked that right into the heart of the pocket, but it made it that little bit more difficult. Could have been worse though.
Well, red to the green pocket is risky.
Murphy knows he can't afford too many more mistakes now at 8-6 down.
Well, I don't know. Has he made up his mind to have a go at this to the green pocket? Not just yet. Might be going for this. Oh.
Oh, that is magnificent cueing from Murphy. He knocked in a humdinger just now on his way to that 144 clearance, but once again, fabulous cueing.
Well, I wondered what he was going to do with the cue ball, but he put it that side for sort of half safety. That was unbelievable. And at that pace, never touch the sides.
There are very few players in the game who hit the cue ball in a purer fashion than Murphy when he's firing on all cylinders, as he has done for most of today's match. He's come up against a guy who's also playing at the peak of his powers, and that's why it's been such an entertaining match.
Yeah, that's, I was about to say, Phil, and yet he still finds himself 2 frames behind. But what a red to get in. Into the pack here, hold for the other one. Could drop this in for the other 2 reds. I think he's playing the cannon into the edge of the pack. Perfect. And he's nudged 2 more reds out.
There's something about this pair that bring out the best in each other. The world final that they conjured last year was among the best we've ever seen in terms of standard. Just phenomenal stuff. And of course Murphy gained some revenge in winning the World Grand Prix final 10-9 earlier this year, so whenever these two do battle, it's well worth making sure your diary's clear.
$24.
And the thing is as well, I mean, Shaun will be thinking, okay, I'm 8-6 behind, but I'm playing well enough to win this match and possibly win the final tomorrow.
30.
The window of opportunity.
Well, whatever happens from here on in, we're guaranteed a great final. John Higgins awaiting the winner, of course, but Whether it's Bingham or
31.
Murphy, it's got the potential to be a classic.
Yeah, certainly has. Over 19 frames. Nice now. No, that one's gone over the middle because I don't think, well, he would have had the one to the green pocket. I don't think there was anything to this corner. So that's a nice little bonus. Well, there is. My apologies. This one through the gap. Well, that's perfect.
39.
It's already a great chance for Murphy to keep the match alive and close again to within a single frame.
Yep, he's not done yet. Not by a long way.
I often think Murphy's at his best when he's behind. He's produced a few great escapes down the years, including
46.
the biggest ever in a best of 25 at the Crucible. He was 12-7 down to Matthew Stevens and won the last 6. I remember he was 8-4 down in the UK final to Ali Carter and won 9-8 with some fantastic stuff.
Won't be best pleased there though. He just wanted to drift past that red. He's just left himself a little bit high on this black. I mean, he should get this. Yeah. It helps as well, Phil, with the way the tables have played this week. They've been magnificent, haven't they? I mean, the conditions have been superb. I keep saying it, but credit to the fitters and everything like that. We saw them in Daishing last week. They played really well, very quick. And the same this week. The playing conditions have been absolutely first class.
Boys, if you want Wi-Fi, it's eurosport.com.
62. 63. 68.
Still needs this red.
69.
Well, this has been another fantastic break. What a session of snooker we've seen. Every bit as good, if not better, than the first session, which flew by in the blink of an eye. And whoever does end up on the losing side is entitled to feel mighty frustrated.
74.
Yeah, that's gone slightly wrong though. He's won the frame, but he'd like to clear here. There's the red to the left middle. He could play the double. Might be able to. I think he's trying to clip this into the left centre.
Well, the aerial view denied us the opportunity to see that pot, but it was a good one. Another fabulous break in a fabulous match, one of the best of the season. Shame about the black, but that was a really gutsy contribution again from Murphy, who keeps his hopes alive in style. A break of 75. Bingham, 8-7. Stuart Bingham breaks off in frame 16 of a possible 17. He needs one, Shaun Murphy needs two. It's been one of the matches of the season so far. The standard has been sky high. We've seen the highest break of the tournament, a 144 clearance from Murphy after Bingham had set the new standard with a 141 earlier today. And another brilliant break of 75 just now from Murphy to keep his hopes alive.
Well, again, the big question, of course, is can he take us into a decider? We've seen a few this week. He's left this red to the left corner, though. Black and pink tied up, so he'll need a good shot here from Stuart to get back for the blue. But I think this is worth taking on. There's Hawkeye's view. He can play that with a lot of top spin, offside and top cushions. What's that in Imperial there, Phil?
Oh, now then, what damage has he done here?
Well, he didn't catch it at all well. The red is on here for Shaun, but it's not at the right angle.
From a neutral's point of view, this match deserves a final frame decider. It's been simply sensational stuff from both of them. And it's Murphy who's in first.
Well, he could have played the other one, but that was a more difficult pot. Great pot. Now, can I get amongst them? Try and get on that red and the black spot. Try and get the black on the spot. Might have to take a couple of reds before that, though. He's looking for the red on the black spot. No, I think he's gone a touch far to try and get onto the black.
4.
Unless the one actually near the black goes.
Five. Ten. 11. 18.
You won't see snooker much more clinical than this from this pair today. Pretty much every time they've had a chance, they've made a frame-winning contribution, and as I say that, the ultimate curse of the commentator. A very surprising miss from Murphy. He's missed precious little today, neither of them have. But that's a big let-off for Bingham, who must have been already beginning to steel himself for a decider. And that just goes to show how demanding these corner pockets have been this week.
Just trying to pinch a little bit to get out for the black. That could prove to be very, very costly indeed for Shaun Murphy.
1.
£50,000 costly.
So this is a chance for Bingham to put himself in the final. Plenty to do, but the way he's been playing, he wouldn't bet against him.
Good angle on the blue. Might take the yellow again for the red right of the pack. And he could take a little bit of a risk here and go into the bunch. Doesn't want to do that at this stage. When you're looking to close out the match, you want to just keep it as simple as possible and just pick them off. You know, anything can happen. You can hit the pink going off. Well, he's looking at the pink. Is he thinking of going into them? Well, there we go. I think think he's being aggressive here. Nope. Chose to try and drop on a red, which I don't think he has done. Now he's wishing that he could take that back and play it again.
He didn't pot the blue as cleanly as he wanted to. It was dropping in off the far jaw. And there's confirmation, nothing on there, so Murphy will be relieved. He'll be coming back to the table by the looks of things.
Well, that was a great chance missed there to
9.
take out the match. It's not the best safety in the world, but this is not the easiest pot in the world.
It's very straight, isn't it?
Yeah. I think there's a little bit of angle. I'm not sure if the black's available, but I'll have to get back for the blue. Mind you, from distance, over the last 3/4 of an hour, he's been magnificent. There's another one. Well, he knocked it in like it was over the corner pocket, literally, but that was tough.
I'll talk about aggressive. He's gone for it there, Murphy. He's not had a lot of luck.
Just looking at the red and black here, Phil, I wonder if that's a plant.
6.
You could play a 3-ball plant from this red. It might just be set to the top cushion. If not, I don't think there's anything there to the right corner. You know, he's thinking about this. This could be a 2-ball plant, red and black, and then into a 3-ball plant.
Has to be absolutely sure about it if he is to take it on, because if he misses it, could be end of match. Well, from the aerial view, it looks as though it does go. It's a bit risky, though.
Oh, it would be massive.
I suspect Murphy is tempted, but equally aware of the dangers. There you go, he's looking at it. He's got the red, but that expression tells you he hasn't got position on the black. Crowd enjoyed it, though.
Actually, it was just that last nudge on the black there that just pushed it into an unpottable position. I think before that, he might have been on that black.
A lot of tension out there, a lot of pressure, so much at stake.
Yellow one.
Well, he's nominated to the yellow.
Murphy 7.
So Shaun Murphy's lead is 16 points in this critical frame. If Bingham wins it, he's through to the final. If Murphy wins it, we're going all the way to a 17th and deciding frame. And it's right in the balance.
This red might be on. Oh, it's gone over the other side.
A little thick. Another chance for Murphy. So Bingham's attempted effort at the long red stays out. Murphy left with this straightforward one to get in again.
Yeah, there's just somebody coughing in the crowd there. Well, it is tense.
It is, and barely a seat to be had. Crowd absolutely gripped by this match, which has been a joy to watch. And he's controlled the pace of that nicely. Murphy trailed 7-5 and then 8-6.
I think this might go on to the black spot.
7. 8.
Just wanted to be a touch higher on this pink, just off straight. Then he could have played on the red nearest the black, but I think he can still hold for that one.
$14. 15.
He looks cucumber cool. Murphy has never had a problem with holding his nerve in pressure situations. That's why he's a former world champion, UK and Masters winner.
$21.
Yeah, I'd like to try and get the yellow out of the way here if he can, because he's just blocking the path of reds to the left corner. So he might just hold the white in the middle of the table here, get rid of it. And again, he's already thinking 3-4 shots ahead here, which these boys do. It's not that easy to get onto the pink. If it just comes back a couple of inches for the yellow, that would be ideal.
$22.
Well, don't tell me he's snookered himself.
No, I think he's okay.
Well, he had to kick it in with some side. But it's opened up the table at this end. He's already got a 40-point lead.
24.
This, I think, is going all the way.
25.
Great match.
Yes, Mark Selby's 6-5 defeat to Mark Allen yesterday was, for my money, the best match of the tournament, but this one might be even better. Both players at the top of their game, scoring heavily at every opportunity.
31.
We've had the 2 highest breaks of the tournament.
Now this red will definitely put us into a final frame.
Nice cool snooker from Murphy, 8-6 down. He had it all to do, but he's given himself the chance. Well, that was a little bit careless. I'm sure Bingham will come back. He's already shown this week that he's more than happy to play on for snookers.
Well, just not the pink in. He does that sometimes, Shaun, doesn't he? You know, trying to get position on being cute and getting position on the other red. I mean, again, who am I to criticise Shaun, but he's put himself under unnecessary pressure. Just not the pink in. It's frame over.
Murphy would be the first to admit that he makes life hard for himself sometimes, and It would have been sensible just to drop the pink in and get the balls reset for the decider. Still the favourite to win this frame, of course.
Well, I think the red is just about sticking out here, but don't hit the black. Oh.
2 snookers as things stand for Bingham to turn this around.
I suppose in some ways he's cueing that well. He didn't fancy missing the pink anyway, but, you know, just make doubly sure. Well, I think the frame is over now.
Bingham with a resigned look about himself there. He knows that he's going to have to get this done in a final frame decider now. And this match certainly deserves that. It has been absolutely outstanding stuff.
You've got to say that Shaun's in the ascendancy here, Phil. He's had more table time, hasn't he, over the last 20 minutes or so. And, well, it'll go 2 ways. I think it'll be one clean hit with a good break or get a bit scrappy. But the way these two are playing, if a chance presents itself, they're going to have a go.
Both players have been on the wrong end of final frame deciding defeats in semi-finals this season.
11.
They'll be hoping that this time is going to be their time. But someone's going to be disappointed.
13.
Someone's going to be absolutely delighted. John Higgins already through, of course, to the final.
$16. $20.
Well, frame done and dusted. He'll try and play the cannon on the pink here, just release it. Eventually.
25.
Well, that's one way of getting on the pink. Yeah, again, we're going to surprise if he knocks this in. Gets himself onto the black. Oh, it's easy giving this. Easy game. What's all the fuss about?
Well, what these players can do when the pressure's off almost beggars belief. One of the best matches you could ever wish to see between this pair, and so it's fitting that we're going to a 17th and deciding frame to determine. Welcome back to Guangzhou. All to play for. It's a 1-frame shootout worth £50,000 at least. Shaun Murphy led 5-4. Stuart Bingham led 7-5 and 8-6, but Murphy has hit back to level this match and take us all the way to a 17th and deciding frame for the right to play John Higgins for the prize of China champion and a cheque for a cool £200,000. £100,000 guaranteed to the winner of this frame, £50,000 to the man who ends up losing it. And it's been one of the best matches of the season.
Thank you. The final frame.
Who is going to prevail? It's Murphy to get us underway.
Well, this red to the left is on. I said if these two boys get any sort of chance, they'll have a go at it. Ooh. Dear me, what has he done there?
The double kiss. Is it going to prove to be fatal?
The dreaded double kiss.
Slightly resigned look about Bingham as he got back in his chair, because the way these two have been playing today, one chance has more often than not been enough. But this is a final frame, and normally they're tension-filled, edgy, nail-biting affairs.
What?
Murphy will hope not. He has the first chance.
It's one of those matches,
Right.
Phil, as we've said down the years before, that it's a pity that one of them has to go home, really. You know, we want them both to go into the final, and they deserve to be there, but it can't happen, of course.
Yeah, it'll be a tough loss for whoever does end up as the runner-up in this one. And Murphy suffered the ultimate pain last week in Darqing when he lost on the final black to Trump in the semis.
That's not ideal, though. He still has one to the left centre.
16.
Wow, this is a pressure shot if he chooses to go for it. He's gone for pretty much everything else today, but once again, a final frame is a different proposition.
Yeah, it's just the one that's furthest away from us. It's the one he's looking at, into the left centre.
This is missable under pressure. What great cueing that is. It really is outstanding again, but not great position.
No. Well, I just wonder whether he might contemplate powering this green in the middle here. I mean, really, he should tuck him behind the green.
You're asking a lot, aren't you?
No, wow. Come off the player can get on the red near the pink. See Deng Jiao in the background there, one of our referees this week, looking on. He's having a go. Oh.
Well, it was risky. It was a tough shot. So Bingham gets his chance.
Well, these boys have to make those decisions down there on the floor.
One.
I thought he might have just tucked him in behind the green and waited, especially with 3 or 4 loose reds.
Murphy, remember, has won 6 of the previous 9 meetings. Bingham won the biggest of all in the Crucible final last year. Murphy avenging that loss by winning the World Grand Prix in a final frame decider earlier this year. Yet another deciding frame between this pair. What a great shot that was.
Oh, that could be frame and match winner. And, well, again, can you question the green that Shaun Murphy went for?
Well, it was a tough pot.
There's a couple of plants on here as well. There's everything on here for Stuart Bingham. Look at that, scores at level. 17 all in this frame, 8 all.
The thing is that, as we've already said, Murphy is a player who is at his very best when he attacks, and he's attacked throughout this match, and it's got him to the final frame of this match, so who's to say it was the wrong choice?
Indeed.
25.
The way he's been cueing, as you say, he obviously fancied it. He was trying to win it there. I mean, there could be another twist here. We don't know. The pressure is on. little bit short of pace there. He played on the red to the centre. He might even take it to the corner back for the black, but he's just a little bit in between. Looks like it's in the middle, down for the brown probably, or the yellow.
33.
What have you seen? I think there's a possible plant to this left corner in the middle of the bunch there. I think there's both two sets of twos that beyond the furthest away from us. I think they're both set to this corner pocket. Well, if he just stuns down the right hand side of the table, obviously there's one on, but if not, he might have to nudge something. Slightly hampered as well. There's pressure on this one. Well, there must be a plant. Actually, there's a single red as well in amongst that.
37.
Well, the two plants I was mentioning, one set to the side cushion, the other one could be made, I think.
38.
Bingham keeping his composure here. He knows this is his chance to book his place in the final. It will be his first of the season. Made the six reds final, of course, but that's a rather different format. Is he going to do the business here, or is there to be a sting in the tail?
$46.
Well, perhaps felt the contact wasn't as he intended, or as he would have liked. Perhaps a slight kick there.
He's got the yellow, and I think the red, the left-hand red of these five will go, so he can just come off the side cushion with a touch of side, get on that one. Great chances, though.
29 in front, still 67 on the table. Murphy sits and hopes.
$48. $49.
That's not ideal. He's just left that a little bit high. Now to get on the red here, he might have to play this with a little bit of side. He wanted to be straight on the black to get over for the red into the left corner, which would have released another red. And he's only got a 32-point lead, so things could happen here.
As they so often do in final frame deciders.
Well, if you can get the cannon, but like I say, he's got to play a little bit of left-hand side on the white here. He's got it. Oh, what a shot that is. A touch of left-hand side, got the perfect cannon. That should be frame and match.
56.
So the green to the middle, which Shaun Murphy went for, looks like it's cost him dear.
57.
Stuart here just needs black, one more red. And he's pretty good under these conditions, Phil, isn't he? He's got a great temperament, Stuart. Very determined character. Works hard.
64.
Yes, it took him quite a long time to fully come to terms with what was required to be a winner at the highest level.
5.
But he certainly learned how to become a winner at the highest level. 3 ranking titles, but the World Championship as well. And that little clench of the fist there, he knows
72.
He's through. He's had some disappointing semi-final losses himself this season when he's come up against players who've played outstandingly well. That's happened again today in the shape of Shaun Murphy, but it's Bingham
73.
who's had the last word. Yet another terrific match between this pair. Pretty much whenever they play, it's worth watching.
80.
Well, it'll be fitting if he can finish here with a century.
81.
Every chance now. It's just about the green, really.
So chaps, off the back of this, I'll get an next cue from you. Promo tomorrow, and then we'll do the end clip, which you'll talk over to say your goodbyes.
Well, it'd be tough to get the century from there, especially where the green is.
87.
But you never know. Oh.
89.
It's on. Well, it was the green that Shaun went for into the middle. Didn't go in. He went for frame and match. But this has been magnificent.
And had he got that green, there's every chance Murphy would have done exactly as Bingham is doing here. You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
96.
But what a spectacle for this packed crowd here in Guangzhou.
Great match.
101.
Great match from two great players.
And if the final is as good as this, well, we're in for a treat over 2 sessions tomorrow. But Bingham will be feeling $1 million right now. He's banked £100,000 for sure. And he could double his money tomorrow over 19 frames. What a finish. Brilliant stuff from both players. It really was a fantastic match. And Shaun Murphy is entitled to feel frustrated to have come out on the losing side, having played so well. But it's Stuart Bingham who will face John Higgins in the final. He's won by 9 frames to 8. And what a final we have in store. Higgins against Bingham.